everybody from KR43 broadcast. Nice to meet you again today, and nice also for me have opportunity to this moment because we have time to talk about something new for us about collective care with Miss Catherine. Maybe you can introduce your name and maybe your organization.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here with you.
Okay.
So I'm Catherine Cadden. I'm a longtime peace educator, and this work is really important to me. I've been doing this work, over 35 years, and collective care in practice is really important because it's about how do we stay sustainable with our mental health, our emotional care, so we can do the work we want to do. And I know that many of the people here the last 3 days, they're all doing amazing work in the world, really saving lives, really helping women and children and men survive just some of the worst circumstances on the planet, right? And this has been the work that I've been doing for over 35 years, so I really believe in it.
Yes, so maybe you can share, maybe you have like a special experience, maybe when you come to some country and then you have the very interesting moment of interesting experience when you give education about peace for the organization or for directly for women or community.
I think one of the most powerful things about the group that I got to meet in the last 3 days was that it is the largest diverse network trying to work together to really not just support women, but really help them live their lives. And so it's not just about escaping the situation, it's about really how do we build strong communities, how do we build strong families. And so what I witnessed today here and the last couple days is I haven't seen this bigger group. I've worked in countries like Afghanistan, I've worked in Kenya, I've worked in parts of Europe, I've worked in Australia, I've worked in South America, I've worked all over the planet. And I can safely say in Indonesia, this was one of the already most connected, most diverse group of people trying to work together.
Maybe no everyone have opportunity to be participant in this training. So maybe Catherine, can you share maybe a little bit information or something description about collective care? What is this?
It's about creating safe spaces together because when we're working with people who have trauma, it's a lot. And I have Tigger here, who is a longtime friend who's traveled the world as well, and he was brought to me a long time ago and works primarily with youth who are talking about suicide, or they've lost a friend to suicide, or they want to prevent their own suicide. And so he's started this thing that we call a despair circle, and we got to do one, right?
Yes.
Yesterday we got to experience passing Tigger around the room, and every woman got a chance to share deeply at the length they needed to share, and we all listened with empathy. And taking time like that builds a really strong network, a really strong community, and it really allows the work to continue, because if we don't deal with how the trauma lands on us, or how we hear the stories, or even maybe our own personal trauma, if we don't deal with it, we're not going to have collective care. We're just going to keep at the same stressful vibration that we're, and then we burn out, and so collective care really prevents burnout.
So Tiger not burnout?
Never.
Very strong.
Very strong. Because when we deal with trauma and our mourning or our grief, you know, Tigger likes to say, you know, joy and celebration is just a bounce around the corner. You know, it's right there.
Who have idea to tiger to give to the other, and then they can hug. I want to know who have the idea. your idea.
Yeah.
or your children.
Well, it came. Gosh, I think back in 2009, 2008.
2008.
I was running a program like this one, but for teenagers, and Tigger was sitting just on my shelf because my goddaughter had given him to me, and one of the teenagers started talking with another teenager about, I really feel like killing myself, and so then the teenager just grabbed Tigger and stuck it in his arms and said, "Tell us about how that feels." And so then this kid just really shared the thoughts and the feelings and the despair around why they wanted to die. And then they talked until there was relief. And then they passed Tigger to the next kid, and then the next kid shared. And then it just went around the circle naturally. And that was the first despair circle.
Okay, nice it. And maybe you can share how, if we want to practice the collective care, any like a step by step, or what the element we have to know before we practice the collective care for our community.
Well, I think in our cultures, it's already there. You know, I see it in the culture here. You know, in Indonesia, there's already collective care. Let's make sure everyone gets fed. You know, let's make sure everybody has a place to pray. You know, there's already beauty in the culture.
Yes.
So it's about nurturing that. And I think that's where empathy comes in. When we build our skill of empathic listening, then we're more likely to hear what's needed, and then we're more likely to be able to meet those needs in a way that really serves all life.
Yes. Sometimes we have a local wisdom.
There's always local wisdom
in our area, and also every woman sometimes they have something special method or strategy to do for release, or to do something with their community.
And that's why we call it uplifting women's voices, because we want those voices to be heard.
Yes.
Because there is wisdom in every single woman's voice.
Yes. In this training, because I also one of the participants.
Yeah, what was it like for you?
This is this training very useful and very inspirative, and have me and give me some new information, new experience also. And nice to meet you, to know you, and
So good to meet you.
and another people here. We are also learned about empathy circle. Sometimes we can make the difference between sympathy and empathy circle. Maybe you can share what is the empathy circle and why the women must know that, or someone who have community must know about the difference between sympathy and empathy circle.
Yeah. So sympathy is when we kind of get lost in our own story or someone else's story. But empathy allows space for anything to be spoken and to be healed. And empathy circles grew out of the school that I had, because the kids needed a way to be able to listen to each other without trying to fix each other or any of that. So we came up with this way of working with the needs language to be able to listen and confirm that we were listening. And I have a great example of one of my students taking empathy circles. It's a student of mine who was 15 at the time. She got diagnosed with stomach cancer, so was going to the hospital a lot. And she said, wow, the doctors and the nurses really could use some empathy, because they're watching all of us die from cancer, these young, beautiful kids. So she started empathy circles in the hospital for the doctors and nurses. And unfortunately, she did die about a year later from her stomach cancer. But to this day, they still do empathy circles in that hospital. I mean, and I imagine that those doctors and nurses give great care to their patients.
Yes, very nice. Okay, maybe the last question. Maybe what is your maybe you have a message for the participant or the other women who listen or watch our discussion? What is your message?
I have tears because it's so important to me that you know your voice matters, that you know that you have wisdom, that you were born with, and the world needs you and needs to hear what your wisdom is.
Okay, thank you, Catherine.
Terima kasih.
This is the first time you come in Jombang. This is the first time.
Yeah.
I hope this is not the last time. And
Me too.
we always welcome for your coming with all your friends, with our mom.
Thank you.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
Okay. Sobat Gardu 3, this is our discussion. Thank you for watching and keep our relation, connection, and maybe we can discuss again with another issues. Thank you for your watching. See you tomorrow.
Inklusi Kabupaten Jombang.